Hey guys, in addition to some of the other new things I've been doing on my channel lately, I want to start doing some vlog type videos, and there's going to be no specific pattern to these. It's just whenever something comes up that I feel like I want to talk about, I'll take the time to do that, and I'm here to talk about something that's pretty important to how I'm collecting now in the direction of my comic book reading, and that is trade weighting versus reading books in single issues. What I've been doing lately is I've been switching a lot of books to trade, and I've been thinking about picking up a lot of books in the future in trade instead of getting the single issues. And that's because of a lot of reasons. Storage, they look better on the shelf, and I'm running out of space to store single issues, so I'm looking more to trades. And also I've had a lot less time to read lately, and trades are easier for me to read maybe on the go while I'm at class or on my lunch break at work. I'm not going to carry around single issues with me. So as far as my collecting goes, at least in the near future, I'm going to be getting more trades than single issues. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. There are a couple reasons why I decide to trade weight books, and the first of them being, of course, whether or not I'm enjoying it, the quality of the book. There are some books that I've dropped to trade because I'm not enjoying them as much as I would like, and I think they'll be read better in trade. I mean, some books inherently read better in trade, and that's another reason why I read certain books in trade. And also another thing that factors in is whether or not I've picked that particular book up in trade before. Things like American Vampire, I'm going to continue reading in trade because I picked up the first trade and I loved it, and I continue to pick up the trade. So there's just a couple reasons why I decide to trade weight things. One big question that comes up when talking about trade weighting is has to do with Marvel versus independent books. What exactly should you trade weight? Because with independent books, a lot of times if you don't buy the single issues, they will never see a trade. And that's something that I'm really conscious of when I'm reading books, and I'm going to be double dipping on a lot of independent books, picking up both the singles and the trades. And I think I'm going to be a lot more likely to drop certain Marvel and DC books to trade, and I've done that so far. And that brings me to what exactly have I decided to drop the trade? What books am I going to be picking up in trade form as opposed to single issues? And there's going to be a lot of books that I'm double dipping on. Things like Rachel Rising, I'm double dipping on. Everything, I love everything about this book. Afterlife with Archie, Black Science, to name a few. All the Hellboy books I am picking up in trade. And then there's other books that I'm already picking up in trade. Things like Revival, the Revival Deluxe Editions, or American Vampire, Fatale are all books that I'm picking up in trade. But there are some specific books that I'm reading now that I've decided to drop to trade. Detective Comics, Manapul and Buccella's run. I'm enjoying the artwork, but I'm not enjoying the story, so I'm hoping that in trade it's going to read a little bit better. It's going to bother me on the shelf because, of course, they're going to have a number 5 or 6 on the volume, whatever it is. But I'll just have to get over that. What else am I dropping? Ghosted, Josh Williamson's Ghosted, I'm dropping to trade. I really enjoyed the first 5 issues. The next 5 weren't my favorite thing ever, so I'm hoping that if I read the next 5 issues collected in trade, that's something that I will enjoy a little bit more. And I'm going to have to go back and get the first 2 trades because I can't just jump into a series and not have the prior trades. Ultimate Spider-Man is another book that I'm going to be trade weighting. I have the first volume of the last Miles Ultimate Spider-Man series, and I really enjoyed that. I like the first couple of issues of Ultimate Spider-Man that I picked up, but not enough to make me stick on the singles. Like I said, I want to start moving away from Marvel and DC in single issues and start getting trades a little bit. There are a lot of Marvel books that I've just flat out dropped. The only one that comes to mind right now is All New X Factor. I was kind of wishy-washy on that book, and I've decided to completely cut that one out. And then another book that I'm going to be dropping to trade is Letter 44. I read the first 5 or so issues, and it's something that I really should enjoy, but I just wasn't. And I think that I'm going to give it a reread and trade when the first volume comes out, I think in a month or so, to see whether or not it's something that I want to revisit. But trade collecting and reading is going to become something that is a much bigger part of my collecting and reading experience in the next few months as I move away from single issues towards trades. I don't think I'll ever completely drop single issues because there's some stuff that I just don't want to wait for and things that I want to double dip on. But, you know, trades are working better for me at the moment in terms of actually getting what I'm picking up read. So I'm gonna stick with those at least for now. So there'll be more trade videos on my channel. Definitely haul videos, which I should have an in-stock trades haul up in the next week, probably this time next week, and also you know, maybe review videos if something really stands out to me. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.